Hi there, my name is Hannah Beam, and I'm the art instructor for the Hutchinson Art Center's online art camp. Today we're going to be talking about how do artists come up with ideas? Have you ever looked at a piece of art and wondered how they ever came up with such a creative idea? Artists work a lot from their own experiences, things that they see, feel, or remember, or think about, their ideas. They also work with their imaginations. They come up with new ideas. Some ways to come up with new ideas that they use could be brainstorming or mind mapping or list making. We're going to talk more about mind mapping in a little bit. Artists also synthesize their ideas, which is just a fancy word for combine. They take ideas that maybe don't go together and just put them together and see what happens. It's part of creating. Remember, art is creative and expressive. So artists create and express themselves to come up with ideas. So, remember when I talked about mind maps? We're going to make a 3D mind map today. Here's the example that I made. A mind map is just a way to get ideas on paper and find connections between things. So I'm going to show you what a mind map looks like on paper first, and then we'll make a 3D version. So let's start by thinking about art. Mind maps usually start with one big idea, and I like to put mine in circles. So what kinds of art are there? There's painting and drawing. There's clay. What else is there? Sculpture. That's what we're going to do today. So then all of these get circles for my mind map. Now, painting and drawing can be connected because they're both 2D, while clay and sculpture are typically 3D. What else? There's different kinds of paint. There's tempera, acrylic, watercolor, oil. You can draw with pencil, crayons, markers, colored pencils. So, you get the idea. A mind map just connects different ideas that go together. So you can think about new ways of combining things and coming up with all sorts of different ideas. So that's why we're going to make a 3D version today. So, what you'll need is model magic and some toothpicks, but you could even use straws if that's what you have available. Then I have some markers to color my model magic, but you could attempt at using watercolors or tempera paints if you have those and want to try for some different effects. So, to start out, you need to open the model magic clay. Okay, set the trash aside, and you'll notice that it's really squishy and soft. So, to start your mind map, you'll start by breaking off little bits and rolling them between your hands like this to make balls. They don't have to be all the same size. And they don't even have to be perfect circles. There, that's enough to get us started. And these don't have to be perfect circles or anything like that, because their shape will change a little bit when you start poking the toothpicks in. So I already have a bunch of these rolled out. And what you'll notice about this sculpture is that it uses a lot of triangles all around it. That's because triangles are really solid shapes and they're really good for building structure to stabilize your piece. So you can see I have a bunch of different triangles. They're all connected in a triangular sort of way. So we're going to start out by making a base. So I have my toothpick, and all I'll do is stick it right into the Model Magic, and I'll stick in the other end to another piece, and I'll go ahead and make a triangle. So you see there, I have a little triangle made. And from there, I'm going to make a wider base for this one. My other one has just one triangle for the base, but I'm going to make a 2 triangle base for this one. So, there. That'll be my base for this one. And then you can start building upwards with triangular shapes. And create all sorts of interesting connections. And I ran out of toothpicks already. But we'll pretend I have. I'm going to go get one more. There. We'll stop here for now. Now, what you want to do at this point is make sure that everything is in there really good. Make sure that it feels pretty stable. I had one piece over here I needed to kind of push back in just to make sure that it was in there really good. And you have a pretty neat little sculpture. Now, the hardest part about this project is waiting for the Model Magic to dry. It might take a few hours. It might even take a whole day. You might have to wait a little bit for the Model Magic to dry. But it really does dry pretty fast. Once it's dry, you can go ahead and color your sculpture. You can just use markers, or you could even attempt some watercolor or tempera paint to paint these. I like the markers because I could do cool textures and shapes and things and get all sorts of neat little patterns and sorts of things on there, which I thought was fun. I also colored my toothpicks with the markers to add even more color to my sculpture. So, remember, artists use all sorts of different things to come up with ideas, and mind maps, like this one, are just one way to put your ideas on paper and think things through. So, I hope you have fun making a 3D mind map. Have fun creating today.